This deck guide doesn't need an intro because I actually predicted the future of Rainbow DK. No, I'm not kidding. I actually predicted the future and I'm gonna prove it. If you guys remember a video that I posted about 3 months ago, you are already aware of this brand new meta-breaking Rainbow Handbuff OTK. But again, we've already done this combo, but why am I talking about it now 3 months later after I've already, played the deck and explored it? Well, because top legend players started playing it. I am not making this up. I did not, talk to them. I did not have anything to do with this. They, on their own accord, just started playing Handbuff DK again with the Rainbow archetype, and it took a little bit of time in order to optimize the good list. But just to kind of show you guys, as of June 10th of this month, about 2 weeks ago, Fino was already playing a variant of this deck on his stream. Granted, he didn't do that well. He did go 1-4 with it, so it's not exactly the greatest deck, but there are a few changes that have been made to the list in order to make it a little bit better, and the person that is responsible for it is actually RecVam. I don't know why I can only find Pocket Train's experience and games with this deck where he did go 16-20 with it. Again, not absolutely the best deck in the game, but it is very hilarious how this deck can even win to begin with, and it is all about Saloon Brewmaster bouncing back your Ghoul and then playing Sinister Soul Cage on it. We'll go over the combo here in a second in case you guys are not familiar with the combo. But all you need to know with this segment of the video right here is that top legend, pro, professional, best players in the game were actually playing the best Rainbow DK in the world. And again, I came up with this concept 3 months ago. Be a trendsetter, not a trend follower, because who knows what can happen 3 months after you experiment with something. Maybe someone will get inspired by it, they'll pick it up, and then they have some new experience with it. Again, made this 3 months ago, and it is finally seeing play again from some other competitive players. So let's go ahead and talk about Handbuff DK, but this is not Handbuff DK, so give me a second. Prophet HELLSCREAM Rainbow DK, as I'm going to refer to it as, has a few changes compared to the other list that we had, and I'm not going to go through every single individual card change. I'm just going to tell you that the biggest card change is actually the inclusion of Plucky Paintfin. And the reason why this card is extremely good is because you get to draw a rush minion. There are only 3 rush minions in your deck, 2 copies of a Hollow Hound, as well as your copy of Rezka, which are debatably your biggest swing cards that you definitely want to have extra consistent copies of, because, Rezka, obviously with Yelling Yodeler, is a lot of value in order to steal your opponent's minions. Debatably a bit too broken, but DK needs to be a little broken right now, otherwise it won't be fun. But yeah, Rezka, you have a Hollow Hound in order to give you back some comeback ability. You do have the original, Saloon Brewmaster in this deck as 2 copies, so that way you can hopefully bounce the Ghoul. That is the whole point of this deck, is to either play Mining Casualties and bounce the Ghoul, or play your Hero Power and bounce the Ghoul, so you can buff it in hand a whole bunch of times with your hand buff cards like your Spellstones, your Puppeteers, your Blood Taps, and then that way, when you have enough damage to kill your opponent, you're almost never spending corpses, so you never have to worry about the spending corpse requirement on Sinister Soul Cage in order to potentially deal anywhere up to 21 to 34 damage, depending on how exactly you set up the combo, and just how many times you end up buffing your hand with Amateur Puppeteer and how many times you buff the Ghoul. This is a very straightforward, simple deck, and we're going to be revisiting it because this is a very fun deck that I really want to be playable, and this actually might be the perfect 30 version of this deck. I don't think I really need to talk about the strategy since it's very straightforward. You really just want to get your Puppeteer onto the field as quickly as possible, buff as many minions as you can, and obviously you can't be greedy with it, so you have to sometimes throw out smaller versions of cards than you would usually want to do. But that's where the skill of this deck comes into play, because every now and again you might have to hold, for a Hollow Hound healing turn in order to bring you back, so that way you have these big minions that are going to pressure until the end of the game. And by turn 7, if you're playing big minion after big minion after big minion, followed after another big minion, you might be able to wear down some of these, control Reno decks that you might encounter, because you just have several big minions and they need to have that clear every single time. So the biggest piece of advice that I can give with a deck like this is to not get too greedy. You do not want to just throw all of your stats onto the field, especially if you're going up against a priest and they're just going to destroy everything. So you have to kind of figure out how to use the least amount of resources as possible while threatening the most amount of damage or the most amount of pressure. But the mulligan and strategy of this deck is extremely simple. You just want to keep your Maelcre Salesman, your Gold Panners, your Mining Casualties, your Chill Fallen Baron, and your Plucky Paintfin. There are some situations to where you might might want to keep the Rainbow Seamstress if you're going up against an aggro deck or a tempo deck and you really want that strong turn 3 trade. And then the other cards you can obviously keep are going to be your Amateur Puppeteer, and you could keep Yelling Yodeler if you're on coin and only if you have the Amateur Puppeteer. I would not keep Yelling Yodeler for literally any other reason because it is just a card that needs the game to have a couple of turns behind it before it can get any value whatsoever. So it's just better not to have that dead card sitting in your hand doing absolutely nothing. But yeah, that's the simple mulligan. You just want to, you know, play your cards out, draw as quickly as possible, so that way when you play your Puppeteer, you are buffing as many cards as you can. So that way, through turns, you know, 6 towards the end of the game, you're playing big minions to pressure your opponent. One thing I will say, it is kind of sad that we're not seeing the Quillbore in this deck, just because, unfortunately, it is a bit too slow at 4 mana. And I would like to try and fit in the Poisonous card too, but this is just not cards that synergize with our game plan. You could make an argument, honestly, for the other card, the Quillbore, but the reason why it doesn't fit particularly in this deck is because you have a lethal option with the Ghoul already. Maybe you could fit in another card for tempo, but it just feels like you don't really have a lot of room with this list, because I don't even know what I would want to cut to make the Quillbore even worth running. So it's just like, do what you can with the tools that this deck has. I wouldn't really finagle with any of the cards in it because this deck is already not the greatest already. But if you're wanting to play Handbuff, a Rainbow DK, this might be the best way of actually playing this archetype, because again, the reason we're playing Rainbow is due to Rezka, and Rezka is the main win condition for a lot of greedy matchups that you need some sort of scam in order to make, you know, a little bit more fair, so to speak. But I am extremely happy that more people are playing this hilarious, awesome archetype. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to be notified about any other cool decks that we have on the horizon, because we've got, I think, 5 other deck guides that we are working on for the next week. So we have, you know, decks that we're experimenting with, decks that we're trying to figure out if they're bait, whether or not they're worth playing or not. But regardless, thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this deck intro. If you like the content, feel free to check out the Patreon in order to support us in a very meaningful way that helps keep this channel up and running. And we've also got 10% off of cool clothes like this one, like this shirt, with intotheam.com/ClarkHS10. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck breakdown, and we'll see you for the next 5 videos, the next 5 days. Oh boy. 12 minutes into the stream when he wanted to give up. Yeah, actually. Very first game was against the Brand Warrior. I wanted to stop immediately after that. But you wanna know something? I'm overworking myself, and I don't get enough praise for it. I feel like no one is enjoying Hearthstone, but I'm one of the only people that's always legitimate and always talking about my opinion on and whether or not I enjoy the game. I'm so fucking real when it comes to my opinion on Hearthstone. All right, we got a pretty good curve here, but I want the good stuff. I want the hand buff stuff. I wonder if I'm supposed to hold on to the Seamstress in this matchup. This meta is so weird. I mean, dude, it's not even about this meta, dude. It's not even the meta. The meta is like the least impactful part of why it sucks to play right now. It's just simply due to the fact that we do not have that many cards. That is it. That is why every high roll feels like it's the worst thing in the world, because it happens so frequently. This is the worst time for scam decks to be on top, or control decks to be in top, in my opinion. Because when a control deck is just so good that it locks out literally the entire format, what can you do? There's no amount of fixes that can happen until we get new content. Just use more. Alright, hit him in the face. Drop from 1K to 4K for this random RNG. It happens, man. Then the next day you'll go from 4K to 1K. Maybe it doesn't happen today, maybe it doesn't happen tomorrow, but it will happen if you keep playing. True gamers, true ladder grinders don't think about the 20 games that they just experienced. They think about the 20 games that are coming up in the future. That's the difference between a pro gamer and a not pro gamer.
Yeah. Who's ready for another round? Golden in their waters.
Alright, here we go. We got the Ghoul in the hand. We got the Gabagool. We're doing the thing. Am I on the EU server? I'm on the NA server. Also, hi Clark, is the announcement still coming? The announcement is very simple. We're gonna start doing variety gaming starting next week. I'm gonna start legitimately doing this. I'm gonna play Hades, Elden Ring, Kingdom Hearts. Got a lot of different ideas. Oh gosh. Oh lordy lord. Do I need to throw this out for tempo? Oh, I don't want to throw it out for tempo. How dare I say such words? I mean, there's no other play there's no other play to make though. It's either do this and kill the 4/4 and play this, or do this, attack, do this, hit here. I really hate to do this because we don't get to do the funny thing. We don't get to do like the reason the deck was made, but it has to be done. Just need the healing. Need the board presence. Next turn we can do like this into this and then set up the Hollow Hounds.
Hey, you! Install me!
That's fine. Not fine, but it's fine. Wait, we're trading? Hello? Might be more of a control angle. Oh yeah, we're definitely controlling here. Cause the turn we don't control is the turn we die. And I don't like dying. So I always get the Hollow Hound with this, right? Oh, or Reska. Oh, okay, Reska, also good. Also good. I'm glad this random RNG scam is not the only thing happening to me. It's not, yeah, you're not the only one that's happening to, man. But then again, like, we're literally flipping coins. Every single game, you're flipping coins. I never enjoy the games where people just win by getting insane cards by luck. If I had a Highlander Priest that discovered Old Raza and New Raza, it was unbearable and very toxic. Maybe just me, though. I would rather lose to a high roll than lose... Okay, like, I heard this explained perfectly. I think it was Homie. Homie was taken or something like that. I think that's the guy's name. He honestly put it in a perfect light for me. That really like helped me understand why I hate Reno and why I don't hate scam decks. There's nothing you can do against a Reno, right? Like if Reno is in the deck and it gets played, there's nothing you can do about it. But with random decks, the reason why I'm more likely to forgive them is because that doesn't happen every single game, you know? When Reno comes out on 9, that is the best thing that deck can do by far, right? It sucks. No one likes that. No one wants that to happen, you know? 1 out of 10 is not flipping a coin. It is flipping a coin. It's just a different kind of coin. It's either you flip and roll it successfully, or you don't roll it successfully. That's the idea I'm kind of trying to lay down. Okay, so this had Death Rattle first. This would die, and then Reska would activate. This is not good right now.
You could use a trim.
Wait, really? Okay, hold on a second. What are these lines we're taking? The combo of Reno plus Razas was annoying. Reno did make it 100% worse. That's true. And see, it's the inevitability that comes from Reno. When your opponent is rolling random cards, yeah, sometimes they roll it. Sometimes they get it. But other times they don't. And that's why I find it really funny whenever I find people that are like, oh, I hate random, but I love Reno. It's like, what do you mean? Like, random is inherently a lot more fun because there's more things that can happen. Like rogues rolling, you know, the nuts. But then again, when you play that deck yourself, and you realize, holy crap, wait a minute. The people that are beating me are just getting extremely freaking lucky. That's where I can kind of forgive it a little bit more. Where it's like, okay, they high rolled me. It's gonna happen every now and again. But when Reno comes down, it's like, I can't play around that. I can't like kind of tamper my expectations. When Reno comes down, he just comes down. There you go, it's been done. Nothing else can be done, Reno got played. You know? It's the inevitability that comes from it, and it's either they have it or they don't. They don't have the chance of finding it. That is completely different. The chance of finding it is completely different than them just either having it or not having it, you know? That's why it becomes so frustrating to me in particular. Kind of crazy how I'm just low-key disrespecting my opponent to do all of this.
The citadel stands strong.
There's the Hollow Hounds. He needs to proc Death Rattles or something. I'll tell you right now, dude, if they make any more changes to Reno, he will be unplayable. And then they can't promote Highlander decks anymore. Reno's not gonna be changed any more than he already is. I didn't think they were even gonna nerf him to 9 mana. But they voluntarily made the card this powerful for a reason. Oh! My card draw! Oh, you bastard, man. Okay, Divine Shield.
Ready for another round?
The citadel stands strong.
Oh shit, wait, why did I, lol order. Oh my god, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Clark, what the hell's wrong with you? This order was terrible. You like literally did everything in the worst possible order. The funny thing is that Highlander Warrior can have 7 Renos and still be okay, but Boom Boss ends games. Boom Boss, the reason why no one really talks about Boom Boss is because the card, like everyone thought the card was stupid unplayable previously, right? Well, I guess it's good I didn't play the puppet too. Fucking Reno, dude. Yet again. Coming in and ruining my day. God damn it. But like everyone was in like this thought process of Boom Boss is unplayable, and now Boom Boss is actually winning games and closing games, but everyone's not focused on Boom Boss, they're focused on Boom. And honestly, I still think it's more Brand's fault than Boom Boss's fault. Okay, why do I feel like I'm just dead? Totally just dead, aren't I? Play a card so that way I know what the rest of your hand is, please. What 1-drop can you even play?
Who's ready for another round?
Yeah, now we actually have like OTK possibilities. If I can draw the Yodeler, I think we're there. He needs to not lock your board for 1 round. I do think that was the overkill on Reno. Creating a neutral, guaranteed wipe out the board. Oh no, he's playing. Oh god. Oh fuck. Oh, it's dude. He got the best one. He like actually got the best one. I'm just dead now, I think. Can I even, hold on. Maybe there is a way. First need to see what this secret is.
No bar fights allowed.
We actually win here? 7 plus 12, almost enough. What about bait and switch? Could this be bait and switch?
Dance, puppet.
Shit.
All.
Wait a minute. Is this, I don't think this is enough. But then again, how does he get through all these taunts? So if the board dies, this Ghoul is going to an 8/8, which means I summon an 8, then make a copy, summon a 10, and then make another copy, and then summon a 12.
Charge.
So we'll have 12, 12, 10. I'm pretty sure this isn't lethal. But then again, it's fucking Grim Patrons. Oh no, we're fucking dead. Wait, what am I talking about? We are so fucking dead. 1 Whirlwind is actually more than enough to end this game, right? Whirlwind. Yeah, we're fucking dead, dude. I feel like this guy screwed up. Are you kidding? Wait. I want to say he threw the game. I don't know how. The last time that I had a Grim Patron lethal in front of me, I missed by 1 damage as well. Same thing happened to me, man. He definitely missed lethal because he played Berserker after trading with the Grim. Okay, then yeah. Homeboy threw Omega hard. Omega threw. I mean, dude, like, Grim Patron lethals are hard to find. Especially, like even when you were playing the deck a lot, it was not an easy deck to play. So, I don't think it's, you know, unreasonable to be like, oh, man, he's so bad. He can't believe he missed a lethal. It's a hard lethal to find. But he definitely screwed up by not playing the Grim Patron first, or not playing the Berserker first. Because then we'd be in a completely different game. Hold on a minute, dude. Am I just gonna play this deck non-stop now? Is this deck decent against Warrior? Got a decent amount of minions. We have a curve that we're fulfilling. Pretty hard to climb with Nature Shaman, to be honest, or am I just shit at it? Nature Shaman, I will go ahead and complex you a bit more. Because this honestly is not going to be the answer you want to hear. But Nature Shaman, you have two things that happen. You're either playing it wrong or you have bad matchups, and sometimes you just have bad games. The goal for you as a Nature Shaman player is to figure out if you are playing the deck correctly or not. Because if you are and you're still losing, you're just gonna have bad luck every now and again, you know? It happens. So, analyze your games. See if the discovers were screwing you over, because that's like the first way that the deck can just like fuck you over. Is sometimes like you have bad discovers from lightning reflexes and whatnot. But if you're not doing like conductivity into like elixir on minions, for example, to get 3 discoveries, you might be missing some more. What the hell are we doing? Dude, why do Warrior players get to live this amazing life of running the worst cards in the game, but still winning somehow? I just don't understand how this works out. So, I'm gonna hero power. I'm gonna save this and be a little greedy with it. Yep, low skill ceiling. Yep. Decisions don't matter when the game doesn't reward you for not making the good decisions. Micro meta really affects the deck a lot. Some days you just eat 25 stompers and 15 neophyte. Yeah, that's another thing. Like if someone throws out like the tax cards against you, there's not much you can do about it. You just kind of have to accept that it happens. And again, that's why, kind of like what I was saying earlier. A good Hearthstone player won't think about the last 20 games they played. They'll think about the next 20 games they play. That is by far the best advice that I can give. Also, I think I'm just gonna set up the combo.
Who's ready for another round?
All right, here we go. That is a good wisdom. It's a great saying, honestly. I should post that on Twitter and see if people think, oh man, Clark's so deep. In fact, I'm gonna post that right now. Yeah, let's see. A good gamer doesn't think about their last 20 games. A pro gamer thinks about their next 20 games. What's the best way of wording this? Exact lethal on you. Oh, on your turn? Sheet. Honorable kill, dude. The longest keyword you have to explain. You know what? Let's just play the sword card. Let's go for tempo here.
Any problem?
I don't want to wait for this to just get removed by Reno. Let's see. A good gamer doesn't think about their last 20 games. A good gamer thinks about their next 20 games. Okay, hold on a minute. If you want to get better at gaming, trying to think about the best way to phrase this tweet, because that's like something that a lot of people don't think about with social media. Like how you frame tweets and how you make posts is super fucking critical in order to engage properly.
No matter the danger,
Really?
always get a good discovery.
Double soul cage? Oh, dude, where's the puppeteers? What if you ask ChatGPT to rewrite it? Then I'm no longer helping out my fellow human. I'm helping out technology. I don't want to help out technology. Ew. Okay, so I'm gonna do it this way, just to stick something on the board. I don't need to get rid of everything. But turn 9, we have triple Ghoul for 2 9s and a 7. Oh, is this the Tice list? Did Tice make like? I need to know who originally came up with this list, because I want to give them credit if I end up talking about this in a video. And this is definitely like an easy video we can make, especially after that first game. He played the 4/4. Oh, you're talking about the Warrior deck. Oh, okay. So Tice was playing the nostalgic gnome. Tice doesn't do Warrior. I mean, he was playing Warrior not too long ago, I feel like. Obviously, he won't play Highlander right now. What? Okay, wait, 3. This is still lethal, right? 9 9 plus 7? Yeah, dude. Holy crap! Dude, what? remember that I did this the first week. The first week. And now people are doing it again, and it's working. But struggling to hit top 1K this entire week, man. Focus less on what's behind and focus more on what you can change. Bam. Perfect tweet. Thank you for that collaboration. You helped make this tweet happen. This is too many words. Do you know that? A marketing meme where less is more, that is true. That is true, but this is more so trying to like be deep rather than like be funny. Cause like, I mean, cause like it just sounds so good. Dwelling on your last 20 games stops you from planning for your next 20 games. Focus less on what's behind it, focus more on what you can change. Boom, that's good advice. People will hopefully pick that and run with it. At least fingers crossed that they will. It is Twitter after all. Stop cheating on your next 20 games with your... Stop cheating on your next 20 games with your last 20 games. Another great way of describing it. Fantastic, honestly. Did they really change X from Twitter to X? I mean, they did, technically. Or Elon did, technically. But he still gets shit on every day for making the stupidest decision ever. 4 mana? Okay, hold on. Not crazy, but Stitch and Sew on turn 4. I asked him who made it originally, and he just said, it's called Custom Death Knight. Yep. We'll give credit to RecFam. Because, like, it is nice to give credit to the person who created the deck, but sometimes whoever popularized the deck gets the credit, you know? Yes, being popular is important, kids. That's pretty much what I'm saying. Alright, let's get some good cards. Oh! Banshee, yes. Hench Clan Thug, yes. Salesman, yes. I think this is the very first time I played Stitch and Sew, and holy crap, this was good. If I saw this on the timeline, I'd be, what the fuck is my meme streamer on about?
Only good for
Fair enough, but I'm not just a memer though, bro. I'm a content creator. I'm more than just a hammer. All right, knock this out. So imagine getting the Banshee and then playing the Hollow Hound and then getting even more value from the Banshee. Hey, will you knock it off? You are being very annoying today. Okay? You need to quit being so pushy. Stop. Okay. So like recently I've been putting my arm on the armrest and literally should just come up to me and just be like essentially clapping my hand, being like, come on, let's move. It's like, dog, wait.
a twisted
I love you, but you're you gotta slow it down a little bit. I will take you outside, don't you worry. And it's like, I literally took her out like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours ago. This dog is so pushy when she wants something. You know what I mean? Like, you guys have dogs like that? Animals that sometimes get a little too comfortable. Saying no to your dog has to be illegal in like 45 states. I'm not even saying no to her. I'm like, hey, I'm getting there. Be patient. It's like a kid that really wants to like go get food. It's like, are we going to McDonald's? You tell them yes. And they're like, hell yeah, let's go to McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's. Like, fucking calm down. We'll get there. But the more you do this, the more I don't want to take you now. The more you're less likely to deserve it. We're gonna go to McDonald's, kid. Just calm down. Calm down, child. Okay. So we should do it this way. Bounce this way. I don't really care about this being in the hand, and we also get another 3/3.
Job's done.
Oh, this was such a good option off of the Stitch and Sew. Logitech MX vertical mouse took a bit of getting used to, but it saved me from the carpal tunnels. The best mouse I've ever owned. Wait a minute, what? When were we talking about mice? I've got a Razer Mamba Elite. Are you serious? Only Spotify? It's always been only Spotify. Okay, so we've got a little bit of healing. But I've got big ass fucking minions. But that's not gonna be enough to deal with this. I need to get like a Resco or something out of this. Hold on a second. I hit up my buddy to play pool with me tonight, but I don't think he's gonna be able to make it since he's got bad knees at the moment. What? Sylvanas.
I have no time for games.
I mean, hope and pray. My goal is only at 3 right now. It's only 10 damage burst. Oh, oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that is so not good. 5, 3, take another 6. So I'm not dead if he does crescendo, right? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait.
Let none survive.
I don't even think I needed the other one. I think I still had it. But it's like the game was making sure that I wasn't gonna pass it up. We are legitimately winning with this deck. Because nobody knows how to counter it.
One note solves any problem.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Did you guys hear the news? Have you guys heard the news? There's some changes that have happened, and there's a lot to talk about. Hearthstone became exciting like in one, you know, overnight. It's kind of crazy, right? It's like actually kind of crazy how much Hearthstone has changed in the course of this update. We have a new legendary. We have Genin Baku coming back. The cheese is real. Yes, the cheese is real. Be aware. Be aware of the cheese. Okay. Hashtag aware. Aware. It's really weird to say that out loud, but aware. You know, just like Madge and Sag. No, aware. But good to see you, Umbreon. We're gonna play this deck for a little bit. See if we can't get inspired for a Marin deck. Cause like, honestly, the only Marin deck idea that I have right now is like for Druid. So we could probably get like a couple Druid games. But honestly, dude, like I don't even know where to begin with Marin. I feel like there might be a rogue deck that could utilize it very well because like breakdance and whatnot. Like Marin could honestly just go into Thief Rogue, couldn't it? It feels like it'd be kind of busted if it did. All right, lucky for us, we have the curve. I'm excited. Hades special cheese with Clark. Oh wait a minute, am I streaming in Hades right now? I always forget to double check that, and I think the last thing I did stream was Hades, so I should probably get out of the Hades category. Yep, it says I'm streaming Hades. Damn it! Ah, why do I always forget to check? This is the one thing I always gloss over. This is a typical ADHD thing, man. Okay, let's see. 10 cards. It's probably too soon to there we go. It's probably too soon for me to throw out the Puppeteer because I don't want to mill a card. But honestly, it's not even like that terrible of an idea just to get it out of hand. But something else I could do, which would be a little bit devious. I could Hero Power, bounce the other one back, and then once these two die, like we're just gonna win on turn 7. We could easily just end the game that way, so I think I'm gonna do it. This could just win the game. And I like it for that reason. Go ahead and buff these guys, get this card out of hand. I maybe could have thrown away the Snake Oil. Throwing away the Snake Oil maybe could have been better, because then this could have been like maybe like a 2-2 on this guy's. But I think we're fine. Unless this guy does like a massive amount of healing, like we're definitely getting there, right? Watching YouTube, nice videos, bro. Oh, what's going on, Off? Good to see you, dude. Hope you're having a good one. We're gonna see what we can't come up with for this next month, because like these new cards look freaking awesome, and it's gonna be difficult to hype people on regular Hearthstone, because it's like I want the mini set and I want it now. That's exactly where I am at the moment. All right, so these guys are already at 4s. They'll be at 8s, so I'll have 28 damage if these both die. As of right now, though, this will be, well, actually, I need a minion to die before that. So these are at least gonna be at 6s. So 8s, 16, plus another 6. Or I guess we're just gonna kill him. That also just works. I was trying to figure out the thresholds, but I mean, hey, the highest threshold also just kind of works. Turn 7 ghouls. The ghouls! Perfect. With the music too. Gotta love this deck, man. You gotta love it when it works. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go for card draw and Handbuff. I wanted to ask which deck is more fun to play, Miracle Rogue or Excavation Mage, because I already hit Legend and I want to craft something fun. But I discovered the new expansion coming out, so I probably save Dust. The best thing you can do is save Dust, because there is another month of Hearthstone that's about to happen. So if you're about to play a lot to the point where you can maybe build up like more Dust or more Gold, just because you're gonna be completing quests and naturally playing the game more, then I would say go ahead and craft a deck, because you've got a month left before the next update drops. And you're probably gonna get some free cards from that anyway. So that just is kind of, you know, a W, one way of thinking about it. But if you don't feel like investing, I guess, into a deck now, then I would just wait. But if you are trying to do that, then I would say Miracle Rogue is probably better. But I would say Excavation Rogue is probably better than Excavation Mage. Like, it's a good deck, it's a fun deck. If you like random, then it has, you know, it has some varying gameplay. I will admit, it's a very fun deck for me. It's actually the deck I have been playing the most so far. I would say play Mining Rogue personally, but if you want to play Mining Mage, just be aware the deck is probably gonna hit a wall. It's just naturally a low power level deck. While Miracle Rogue is probably a high power level deck if you're talking about the Giants deck. If you're talking about the Miracle Giants, Breakdance, a bunch of 8/8s and Gaslight, whatever her name is, then yeah, that's absolutely fine. I've played Hearthstone in like 4 years, but current meta seems fun for me. This current meta is a nice, you know, a nice opening meta, I would argue. A lot of people as of right now are not exactly having that much fun, but it's more of a personal preference more than anything. It's not like anything is quote unquote wrong. There are just some people that like different things, and this meta doesn't really allow for those other things to happen. I'm gonna smack him because maybe this can just win the game. This is just 10 damage for 5 mana. If he's below 10 and doesn't have a taunt, we can just win. Do you think he does it? Do you think they do it? Hello, this is Doggy. What's going on, Rare? Anyone got the Illidan skin? It looks cool, but I didn't find any footage in game or on YouTube or on Reddit. What is the new Illidan skin? What is the new Illidan skin? I don't think I'm aware. What's going on, Alex? Good to see you on. Good evening, Clark. Already done playing pool. Hey, man, I actually did play pool. I played pool. I went to the grocery store because I'm preparing for next week. I didn't even drink a beer at the bar. I got a Coke instead and ate a burger. I'll tell you right now, brother. I did it right. I was responsible today. Give me some praise for being responsible. I decided not to drink beer because I didn't want the chance of coming home and being like, oh shit, I'm gonna take a nap.